Какво означава този големия ден? Защото ние тук даже имахме голяма дискусия. Какво всъщност става, нали? Тоест, това сватба или това е някакъв за охота. Как беше охота? На български.
Залова?
Да, за лова. Точно. Или това е някакъв празник за лова. И как всъщност той произхожда? Защо там няма жени практически? Къде са те? So, I have a lot of questions because we had discussions with my colleague here. Yes. Like, she said, this is the wedding. This is the royal wedding. I said, no, this is not the royal wedding. This is the big day of men's holiday, like I understand. And where is the women? So what's happened with the women? Where they are? And you know, for me it was so big. I didn't know that something exists like this in Austria. It's a total shock for me. When I watched it before, like for choosing the films, I said, wow, it's so beautiful. I thought that in Europe, in Western Europe, there is no such exotic holidays like let's say in Africa, for example, or somewhere in Asia. And this is exotic, I'm so sorry. So tell us, please, more about this big day. What is this? And please make a pause, I will translate for people. Има ли нужда за превод или всички разбират на английски?
Всички разбират.
Всички разбират, нали? So no need for translation, so you can talk.
Okay.
Everybody understand.
Maybe let's start about like these associations. They're like based in the Middle Ages, basically. They were like militias protecting the villages from like outsiders, and like this sort of transferred like this tradition from the Middle Ages until now. Which I think it's like this sort of festivity is practiced in like Germany and Austria and Switzerland a little bit.
Really? So like it's not only in Austria?
No, I think
one was particularly in Germany.
It was in Germany, yes.
Okay.
And like what basically stayed as a tradition is that like there's a shooting every year where all the men, like it's like a male-based association, like women are not allowed, which is quite problematic.
It's not allowed to shoot.
Yeah, it's only allowed for the man. It's like very patriarchic tradition, let's say.
Okay.
And they shoot basically like for the next, like who's the next king of the year. There's like always a king of the village or the town. And whoever shoots down the bird is like sort of the Schützenkönig. What's it called in German? It's like
protection king.
Protection king, maybe like.
So this like couple, king and royal couple, it's the couple of what?
Yeah, of the association.
Of this, of this.
And they choose every year another one.
Yes.
You know that in Bulgaria we have. Not the same, but we have the vineyard holiday, the Trifon Zerezan, we call it, that all people gather together, and it is on February, actually, and on 14th of February, when it's St. Valentine's Day. And we call it like a winery day, like when it is cutting the first... О, забравих всички думи. Сега, как ще бъде лозата първата, а?
The first string of the
grapes. For the grapes, and they put the wine on it, and this is the beginning of the all agrarian circle. So that's why we choose not the couple, but one king. That is king for next year on the one. It's I see
quite
it,
similar,
it's quite
actually.
similar. Yes.
Like
now it's more clear because we had discussion. No, she's a wedding, cool wedding. Everybody is invited.
It's not a wedding. It's like they dress up like in sort of wedding clothes, but it's like it's just this whole ceremony. It takes like 5 days. And then there is like a part, like there's the shooting, there's a lot of marching, a lot of drinking. And
We
then,
saw.
and then there's this walk which happens every 2 years, where also only the men are allowed to go like from the pillars of the city, like, and the stone where they hit the young man against is like the Grenzstein. It's like
a
the border stone. Border stone of the city,
Of the city.
or
Uh-huh.
and they like, you know, swing the young man against it so they memorize the border of the town.
And somehow it's like a protection, yeah. For
Yeah, it's like what remained of this tradition, basically.
and then everything is ending in the church after
And
all
then-
drinking and.
Yes, and then there's a church service. There's also like a procession of the whole town, and there's like it's a lot going on, because like there's like we started like we were like just struck about the size and like that there are so many like people putting so much effort in this tradition there and like in this town. Was quite spectacular, I think. And then there's like also a lot of, let's say, sort of complicated traditions going along with it. And yeah, the whole atmosphere was interesting to us, I think.
Yes, and actually it's so interesting how you find the topic, like why you choose this topic for filming. And I want to say thank you for this, because the films for me as a folklorist is the best way of saving the traditions. Like we just show it how it is, and I am so thankful that you didn't put interview or something. It's like we all feel it like we are in the picture, you know, like we are in this holiday.
Yeah.
Participating in it.
Yes.
So what was the idea from the very beginning? Why you choose this topic? Are you from this town or?
Yeah, we're not from this town, but like in every little town, big town, every city has like a Schützenverein, the Protectors Association. And I remember just from my childhood watching from the window like people march and parents get drunk and stuff like that. And then when you get older, like people, like classmates would go there and get drunk and stuff, and but you're also like critical about it because it has like prejudice to be like very right wing sometimes, and also like sexist and all this stuff. And so we were just curious, like how is it in this city, especially where it's really big. And
the traditions is so alive, yeah?
Yeah, because they're in smaller cities, sometimes these associations like die out, and there is like, I don't know how many thousand people were in this hall. It's like very big. So, but we had prejudice also about these associations, but we were clear about that we want to try to find a neutral perspective on it or something. But I think there's also like some much critical stuff between the lines also, and yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because like there are no women allowed, for example, and there.
But this is the tradition. I mean, like okay, it's
but like
traditional.
some associations allow women now, and some not, and it's. Yeah,
there's a lot of progress also happening, so it's like.
But what's the
somewhere in
criteria of choosing the couple for the next year?
Just the one who shoots down the bird. That's the criteria. If you shoot down the bird, you are the king for the. It's like the
for the next year.
For a year, the shooting.
But it's a little bit of a setup. Like there are 3 or 4 people who want to be the king, and then it's more or less set up, because it's also like a financial responsibility for the king for the next year. It's very expensive to be the king because you have to throw parties and stuff.
You pay pretty much for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And this is the private money?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's private.
So you want to say that this king have to organize some parties during the year?
Yeah, and like pretty
What
much
kind
pay
of-
for the whole like.
Stuff.
like stuff which is happening. This. And
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
You see, this is the responsibility for us, not only.
it's a commitment of like some people pay like 50,000 euros this year,
Oh my
1 year or
God.
something. Yeah, but it's also you're in a good position then to, I don't know, close some deals and stuff. Yeah.
Aha. Aha, wow. But is this the name of the holiday is Big Day, or you just call it
in
like on the
English,
film?
like there's no basically proper like translation. Like there's like shooting is called Schützenfest in German, and there's like it's hard to translate basically. Schützen means like on the one hand it's like to protect, on the other hand shooting. Like it's you can like it's somewhere a shooting festival, but also protectors festival, and there's like no, like we didn't find a good translation to and just call it the big day like for like this, because it's like this huge event every year.
For the city, it's the big day of the
it's
year.
like
Was it hard to shoot the film?
Physically, yes.
I mean, how people react on the camera and everything, or they used to this because of the many journalists that make some videos for the.
Most were really open to the idea of filming the festival.
And helping.
And helping also.
Yes, and like during the shoot, it was just like the most difficult thing was where to put the camera at which time, because it's like all the time something happening, and we have a very like clear imagery, I would say, and then so we had before everything started, we really had to look where to go to like get like be on the other side of the hill maybe and see these people, and because like to know what's gonna happen, you know. So
and also they start with the program at 8 in the morning, and they drink till 2 or 3 in the night, and then they start again at 9 in the morning.
It's 2 days.
It's
right?
5 days.
5 days. Oh my
gosh!
gosh!
Like this, like.
Oh my god!
And we try to hold up to.
Okay, but who paid for all this holiday? I mean, beers, everything.
Well, the beers
Decoration.
probably are paid by the people who buy them. Like you can buy the beer, but the whole like the king is paying most of it from like this whole event. The king of the last year, like.
So if you this is his final paying, right?
Yes.
So okay.
So.
But okay, what is the reason why people want to be a king? Like, if it's only for
it's prestige. And,
okay.
Basically, prestige, I think. Like people, like they grew up into like this tradition, going there with their like grandparents and then parents every year, and they dream, like they're really dreaming of it from like a childhood. One time I want to be like the king of this
really?
thing. Yeah, it's like and so interesting.
Yeah.
And this is a good image for all the family, right? As I understand, like a good level of in the society.
Yes. They're also like sort of we could also say business networks.
Yeah.
Because like this association, there are like a lot of men with companies,
politicians.
and they like also.
Wow! But from the beginning, we saw the women marching with their.
Yes, in the orchestra, like women are allowed, but like basically only in this the musicians.
Yeah.
And then
but not in the forest,
but not and in the whole association, like the whole. It's like a fraternity, basically. It's called Schützenbruderschaft, like like brotherhood, basically. So they're like men only, but they're like other associations which are a bit more open and stuff. Like it also develops like during the last 10, 20 years. Like there's a lot of changing also. And this but this is a more traditional.
And when it's usually happening?
In June. Yeah, like probably in the summertime.
Not
like every city has like a different date, because most like from the one city, like from the one town, all the people are also going to the other town. Like it's like they go to in the season. I say at the Schützenfest season, like probably there's every weekend there is like this going on in another town. And
Yeah, so some people are also in different associations.
So, okay, when season is ending?
When is it ending?
it's most like the summer, I would say. The summer is the season, and then but during the year you also have like many responsibilities as a king to go like to other
Parties?
events, sort of, and represent your
Yourself.
yeah,
Maybe.
and the whole association. Also.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
I have. Like, did you manage to participate in it, like, personally? Because you said you watched it from the window when you were younger, and like maybe in some other days in your town where you're originally from, did you manage to participate in it, or you just like were watching and shooting and stuff, like not taking
No,
part?
I was just watching from the window when I was really young, because in my town it's not a really big association. It's just some people. So, and my family is not in the association, so I had not a real connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like I wondered when I got older and we started to drink and stuff, why some of my friends started to go in this association, and I was just curious why I'm doing that. I don't understand.
And why?
Yeah,
Have you find the answer?
some people because of their families and they know this tradition, and some just because it's a big drinking event.
In the end, it's a big party every year.
It's
To
a
be
big
honest, for
party,
many
yeah.
people, it's like just like something happening in
Like
the
a
town.
festival.
It's a festival, yes. And for me, like in my town where I'm from, we have something like it's not this, but it's sort of similar. It's like also like where like kids reenact some like medieval tradition, and like I was also when I was young, I don't know, I had to march through the town as well and stuff. So I've been through something similar, I would say. But yeah. So.
Wow. Do you have any more questions? Or commentaries? we are waiting for invitation for us to come. We want to. Yeah. No drink, but to feel it like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be the woman of the king. I mean, a couple.
You have to find a rich king.
Who can organize all these events during the year.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for this beautiful film. You know, many people ask me like, why ethnographic festival? Like, what is the ethnographic film, like this genre? I said, I cannot explain, I can show you. And I usually recommend some films like to show this 100% ethnographic film, because all films about the human being and about the some people that and folks that have some historical bad moments or good moments or festivals or something like this, it's all ethnographic. But your film is, I don't know, it's like classic ethnographic film. So you know, I made a short film which is called Chamur. It is something similar, but I mean it's so crowded in the film, and I didn't put any interview in it, not any explanation. Just I wanted people to participate in this, like, and it is about a gathering for making bricks for the houses. And get in our village, in my village where I am from, it is Bulgarian village in Ukraine. I mean. Ukrainian village, but mostly Bulgarian lives there. So we all our houses is making from glina. Oh, clay. Yes, you know this, and we gather together, make these bricks, and than for the houses. And it is already disappeared, this tradition, because of the new techniques, and now nobody gather for building the house, like they just pay for some, you know, some professionalists who make it. But this is so good tradition because it was like this, all gathered for your house, then all gathered for your house, and this is like make community strong, you know. And it was so wonderful because it's also with dancing, with eating together, and it's really like I said, like you know, when you have a bad mood, you watch such kind of film and you like for inspiration, for some inspiration, and your film is the same, like part of inspiration for life, you know, that people can celebrate and have this community, have this fellowship. It is so needed for people. So thank you for this film.
Thanks
so
for
much.
inviting us.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yes. Bravo.